Hello and welcome to the Engerati studio here at the ENTSO-E annual conference in Brussels. I'm joined here by Bouke Arends, who's Vice Mayor of the city of Emmen in Netherlands. Bouke, welcome.
Thank you.
So for some context for our viewers, so Emmen has a cross-border microgrid with a neighbouring city in Germany, which creates a so-called smart energy region, which has the acronym SARA.
Yeah.
So what is SARA?
SARA stands for Smart Energy Region Emmen-Haren, and as you mentioned, Emmen is on the Dutch side of the border and Haren is on the German side of the border. And Haren has a large windmill park and we have a large industry park. So we could use the energy created in Haren by the windmills, we could use them for our industry, but unfortunately there is a border between the two cities in the different countries. Yeah.
So did that begin with the governments talking? Was it driven by the TSOs? Where did the idea originate from?
The idea came from the municipalities. So they stand together and said, well, what's strange that we produce so much renewable energy and we have to lose a lot of energy because we cannot provide it to the consumers. And 500 meters on the other side, there is a large industry park. And can they benefit from our renewable energy? Well, the question is, of course, very normal, but the solution is very difficult. And there is regulations on a national scale, on a European scale, and of course there are technical problems, but technical problems can always be solved, as also counts for regulations. And it's how people stand to it. Are they actually interested in solving a problem? Or is there another motivation not to create a solution? And well, it takes a lot of conversation with all kinds of parties, but well, we slowly come forward.
And it would seem that would take quite a lot of supporting infrastructure as well. Talk to me about some of those other kind of partners that are involved in the microgrid project.
Well, of course, the municipalities, the producers of the renewable energy from the windmills, the industry, but also the TSOs and the DSOs. They are also involved in this project. But yeah, it's still a little difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine. And you're one of the only, if not the only, local government who's been on the stage at the ENTSO-E conference. Why have TSOs been so interested in your project?
Well, I think this is new for them also, but also it's new in the way of democratizing the energy providing. People in Europe wants to claim to play a role in the energy production. And too long Europe has been a Europe for governments, for businesses, but more and more Europe has to become Europe for people, for the people. And everyone is seeing that this is coming, and well, this is perhaps something they are eager to know or anxious to know what it will bring.
And I guess that, I mean, at the heart of the clean energy package is the principle of citizens being in the middle of the process rather than at the periphery. So I guess it speaks to the clean energy package's goal in that respect as well. So it would be an example that the clean energy package and the European Commission, I would imagine, would want to know more about as well.
exactly, we are a very perfect example for the European community, for the European Commission, but also for the TSOs and for OTSO, ENTSO. I think, well, it's we should give it a try to make it a perfect solution.
And is this potentially a blueprint, do you think, for other cities, or is the situation so unique with the cross-border element that it couldn't be replicated elsewhere?
Oh, I don't believe in blueprints. This is a case which is, well, very interesting because of two countries. But I was told that in 2 provinces in the Netherlands there's the same situation, and so it could be useful as an example to use anywhere else also.
And you mentioned earlier that there have been difficulties, as of course you would expect. Could you highlight 1 or 2 of the main challenges that have been encountered in the microgrid project? I'm sure it has been easy to pull off.
Well, we have been successful in a lobby to the European Commission to reform the regulation, and there is now a proposal from the European Commission to the European Parliament and the countries. So we hope this will be effected. And we also had some resistance from the larger parties who are involved in the transportation of the electricity on both sides of the borders. And with a lot of talking, we kept them around the table, and we are convinced that they are willing to find a solution for this situation.
Okay. And a lot of perhaps other cities or municipalities, I think, will be interested to know about the economic reasons, because of course it's taxpayers' money.
Yes.
What were the main economic drivers behind the decision to take part in the project?
Well, of course, there is the reason of the energy, renewable energy we need for our industry. We have in our city a large industry park, also chemical industry. We are the largest industry municipality in the northern Netherlands. So there is a lot of demand for renewable energy. And we can do it on our own at this moment, so we could use the reliable renewable energy from the German municipality, and there is of course also the discussion about CO2, and this is interfering with it, and so we can, as we say in Dutch, you can clap 2 flies in one hand.
I like that. And that might be a good place to end on that
Yes.
wonderful Dutch phrase. Bouke Arends, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And thank you for joining us in the Engerati studio here at the ENTSO-E annual conference in Brussels. Goodbye.